What's up, everybody? Getting into this episode of GH. This whole faking Taggart's death situation obviously turned out to be a big waste of everybody's time, because I understand, what was behind the plan, but Taggart messed this whole plan up by coming back to town. Because now everybody has to scramble to try and lie and cover up the fact that he's in town and Julian saw him. And it's not working, because ever since Julian ran his mouth to Cyrus, and Carly should have never confronted Cyrus about it, talking about, oh, leave my daughter and her friends alone, filling their heads up. And when she did that, that confirmed to him what Julian told him. Because, of course, he was suspicious of Julian telling him that he needed proof. But Carly confronting him, it gave him all the proof that he needed. So he just called up his man and was like, look, go follow Trina, go to Trina, go find her, handle business. Taggart should have stayed his monkey ass out of town, like everybody kept telling him, get out of town, stay out of town. He just would not listen. Like, you being in town, how is that helping anybody? How is that protecting your daughter? Like, what is that doing? You're just painting a bigger bullseye on her. That's all you're doing. And look what happened. Now they pretty much got ambushed, and thank God, him and Jordan had guns and shot the guy. And now another person knows he's alive now, Mac. Because this fool, when Mac showed up, this fool came out of the bushes saying, hello, Mac. I'm like, Taggart, what is wrong with you? You might as well just come out and publicly say, okay, I faked my death. You might as well just come out and do it. There's no point of you being in the shadows any longer. Because pretty much everybody in that town know your ass is alive. The only person who has not physically seen you yet is Trina and Portia. But mostly everybody else knows that your ass is around. So you might as well just come out and hide it and just say, guess who's back? You know what I'm saying? Like, you might as well at this point. It's just, might as well. Come on. The jig is up. Who is this? I mean, you just might as well. So, Portia, I didn't like her tone, and I didn't like the way she was coming at Ava. Like, trying to blame Ava for Trina skipping school and stuff like that. Talking about, oh, you must be hiding her out in your gallery. Like, first of all, don't make accusations against somebody unless you have proof. Because the way she came at Ava was all wrong. I understand you don't trust Ava. I get it. Her reputation in that town precedes her. I get that. But you should have asked her a question instead of flat out accusing her of shit. You know what I mean? And then you got egg on your face because Ava didn't even know what the hell Portia was talking about. Trina hasn't been to that gallery since that explosion happened. And of course, she's ignoring Portia's phone call, so Ava calls her. Like, her coming at Ava was all types of wrong. Like, don't throw accusations at nobody unless you have concrete proof, because you're going to make yourself look like an ass. And that's exactly what Portia did. Made yourself look like an ass. First of all, Ava's a grown-ass woman, and she's a mother herself. So, if Trina was hiding out at her gallery, skipping school, she would have initially told Trina, talk to your mother. Don't leave her like this, leave her high and dry, not knowing what's going on with you. She would have encouraged her to open up to Portia. And if Trina didn't, more than likely, Ava would have went to Portia and told her that Trina's been skipping school. Like, Portia forgets that not only is Ava a grown-ass woman, Ava's a mother. You know what I mean? Like, she would never want somebody to not tell her what's going on with Avery. If Avery was skipping school or something and she had no idea. Like, mother to mother, she would tell you what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Or she would encourage Trina to tell you at the very least. Like, come on, give somebody the benefit of the doubt instead of you accusing them off rip and you don't even have proof. Like, Portia was doing too much. So I'm glad Trina finally opened up to her mother and told her mother, like, what's been going on. Like, what Cyrus told her about her dad possibly being alive. That just goes to show, like, y'all not as close as you think you are as mother and daughter. But, I mean, I can understand because, teenagers, they don't like to confide in their parents all the time. Even if y'all close, some things you just don't feel comfortable talking about or you just don't want to say until you have concrete proof of something. You know what I mean? So I can understand why Trina probably didn't initially tell her mother. Maybe she thought her mother would be a skeptic just like her friends. Like, her friends kept telling her, no, your dad's not alive. So maybe she just didn't want to hear that from her mother. You know, maybe that's the reason she didn't tell her mother she was skipping school to, you know, look for her dad and stuff like that. That could have been a plausible reason. So anyway, moving on from that. I freaking love that scene with Julian at the bus depot, and, you know, he was losing blood, so he started, you know, seeing things like figments of his imagination. Connie and Duke Lavery. He would piss me off about that scene because even on his dying last leg, Julian still he refused to take responsibility for anything that he's done. Like, he refused. Like, he just kept blaming everything on everybody except for himself. Like, he's sitting there telling Connie, I didn't kill you. Ava killed you. And Connie was like, okay, but she killed me to protect you. Well, that's Ava's choice. See, he tried to throw Ava under the bus. He stayed trying to do that. And when Alexis popped up with a knife, you know, he was sitting there talking about, oh, Olivia made me put that knife up to your throat. So now you're going to blame Olivia. Like, yeah, Olivia was blackmailing you, but you're a grown man. You could have found a way around that. You know what I'm saying? Why not open up your mouth and go to Sonny and tell Sonny or somebody, you know, try to get some type of allies, or tell Ava, whoever, what was going on, and they could have helped you. They could have protected your family. You know Sonny has the resources. I mean, if you didn't feel comfortable going to the PCPD, and Lord knows I would never encourage anybody to go to the PCPD. The PCPD couldn't protect a fucking iguana at this point. Like, I'll bypass that one. But at the very least, he should have went to Sonny. Like, if you know Ava's trying to make a move, Olivia's trying to make a move, go to Ava, go to Sonny, especially Sonny. He has the resources to protect your family, because a lot of members in your family are connected to him. So by extension, of course, he would help to protect them, even if he don't like you. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. He has the resources. He has the guards. Like, he could have protected them. But no, your first thought was to, oh, I'm just going to accept the blackmail and do what Olivia tells me to do. That was your dumbass choice. Just like he said, it was Ava's choice to kill Connie to protect him. It was your choice to allow Olivia to blackmail you into trying to kill Alexis and doing everything else that you did. That was your choice. Everybody has choices. And granted, Ava made that choice. She didn't have to kill Connie, which is true. She didn't. But at the end of the day, you're just as guilty as Ava is for killing Connie. Just as guilty. Let's put it out there. What happened to Duke? Oh, I didn't shoot Duke personally. I didn't this. So what? But you ordered the hit. You are just as responsible as if you pulled the damn trigger yourself. I don't give a damn if Carlos or whoever pulled that trigger, because I don't even remember who did it. That was like 5 years ago, so I don't fucking remember. But you're just as guilty. These people work for you. They're allied with you. So what they do is a reflection of you, because they work under your command at that point, at that time. That's on you, bruh. How you gonna sit there and this ain't my fault, that ain't my fault? That's all Julian does. He passes the buck on to everybody else. He refuses to take blame and take responsibility. Grow up. Like, even in your dying breath, you're still not taking responsibility. So basically, Alexis, well, the figment of his imagination, basically held that dagger up to his throat and basically told him, let go. You know, you might as well just die, basically. You know, for everything that he did, she was like, you might as well just let it go. Because she was basically telling him, by him dying, it's justice for all his victims. Everybody that he caused misery and pain to, that's the justice that they get to get. Because if you're not going to go to prison, dying is the next best option for him. You know, for everybody else to, you know, that died, to rest in peace, and his victims to peacefully move on. So anyway, moving on from that, you know, Sonny's trying to find Julian, so of course he enlists Brick's help. I love when Stephen A. Smith comes on the show. It's super dope. So of course Brick used his, you know, technology genius to locate Julian. He found out that he's at a bus depot in Jersey trying to get on a bus to Canada. But little do Sonny and Jason know, by the time they get there, Julian gonna be long dead. I was hoping they wouldn't kill his character off, because I see a lot of mileage in Julian, for the character to come back and maybe raise some hell, do something. But you know what? Looking on it, I think maybe it was time to kill it off. I just didn't like how they backed him into this corner. Because they're about to kill you off or send you to prison when you start doing the shit that Julian was doing. Because now they're backing your ass into a corner. R.I.P. Julian. Rock the heavens or the hell. Rock hell, I guess, Shake hands with the devil. Lord knows he ain't going to no heaven. So anyway, moving on from that. This fool, Nicholas, already tried to smother Ryan. Now you're sneaking into his room again, trying to ice him. And of course, Britt, caught him and kicked his ass out that room. And basically accused him of trying to kill Ryan. Oh my God. Nicholas, how stupid can you be? Stay the hell out of that man's room, please. So, of course, when Ava popped up, the alarms and all that was going off because Mac had showed up and stuff because he heard about the change in Ryan's condition. So the alarm started going off. And Britt was saying how Ryan was now in a vegetative state. But Ryan was trying to talk to Ava and stuff. He was trying to muster up some words. But Ava was happy that he was in a vegetative state. She was happy that he was suffering because she wanted him dead. But she was like, you being in a coma or a vegetative state, that's good enough for her because that means your ass is suffering. You're basically trapped within your own body. And she was happy about that. She was, she felt like that was justice. But we all know eventually Ryan's going to come out of that catonic state. We all know it. At some point, he's going to make a full recovery and raise some hell. Because trust me, evil never dies. Not truly. Hell, look at all the hell Helena was creating even from beyond the grave. That evil witch just would never die. She was just raising all type of hell. So anyway, moving on from that. I will say Laura and Curtis, I love their adventures and their partnership. I love it. But this plan of theirs is ultra dangerous. This plan was super dangerous. But I'm glad Curtis got there in time before the doctor could sedate Laura. And they found out that Florence was on the same floor as Laura. And Laura crazy ass was like, oh, just come back and pick me up tomorrow. I'm going to find out what I could find out. Laura, no, what you mean? Tell Curtis. She told Curtis going to pick her up tomorrow. I said, no, I wouldn't trust them people. What you going to do once Curtis leave? And what if they want to sedate you again? No. Hell no. Get me the fuck up out of here. Laura, she brave because it wouldn't be me. I'll tell Curtis, nope, you gonna have to stay tonight in my room. I'm sorry. Nope. I wouldn't trust them damn doctors. Hell to the no. I would not trust them people. No way, no how. It wouldn't have been my ass. But Laura ended up getting into Florence's room, but before she could do anything or say anything, somebody was approaching that room. Now, we all know it ain't Cyrus. So chances are it's either another doctor, a nurse, or Martin Gray. If I had to guess. But Laura better think quick on her feet, find somewhere to hide real quick before that person come up in that room. I love these adventures though. They're pretty fun. Dangerous, but fun. But then again, we all know Laura is not a stranger to danger. Let's just say that, all the adventures her and Luke done had over the years, she ain't no slouch. That's what I love about Laura. You know what I'm saying? Even at her age, she's still taking risks, still taking chances. I love it. You know what I'm saying? Like, she just showing people, like, you could be 60 and above and still be kicking ass and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I love it. But anyway, this was a pretty good episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode. I will see you all later. Have a good day. Peace. R.I.P. Julie.